Welcome to Nasdaq TradeTalks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. Joining me for this segment, we have Frantz Saintellemy, President and Chief Operating Officer of Leddar Tech, to discuss the growing automotive software market and the decision to go public via a SPAC. It is great to have you with us, Frantz. Welcome to Trade Talks.
Thank you for having me, Jill.
You got it. What can you tell us about Leddar Tech? What does the company do and who does it work with?
Yeah, so Leddar Tech, we develop, we're a pure play software company. We develop software that enables the vehicle to situate itself and recognize its environment. Each vehicle needs, in order to operate or to develop safety systems, you need to have a full comprehensive view of your environment. And the vehicle needs to understand and identify and classify the types of objects that are on the road, but also situate itself on the right lanes, identifying the types of obstacles. So we make software that makes it easy for the vehicle to do that, but not only to do that, but also to do that reliably and safely over time.
And who are some of the companies and partners that you work with?
Yeah, we work with pretty much most major OEMs and tier ones in the industry, and some specialty tier twos as well. Those would be sensor makers or component suppliers, such as processor makers, like Texas Instruments, for example.
Tell us about the recent announcement regarding the SPAC transaction with Prospector.
Yeah, we've been exploring, different avenues for bringing the company to the next level. And as we are embarking into a phase of major growth, we needed to be in a position where we could raise the type of capital that sustains us for the long haul. And given the fact that we have great market traction and good, investor support, we felt that the timing was now to enter the market. Even though for some it may seem like counterintuitive getting into this market in today's market. But for us, we feel it's a perfect time where we are about to embark on major growth, and getting access to public markets gives us tremendous flexibility.
So why is Leddar Tech going the SPAC direction, and what will this capital allow the company to do? How do you expect to deploy it?
Yeah, for us, it's really, we have a base products that are available that have been announced. We have more that are coming. And we are at a point where we can deploy the capital to engage with more customers in parallel simultaneously, as well as, continue to expand our leadership mode in terms of IP and new product introduction. So this gives us an incredible tool to leverage so that we can continue to grow the company.
Why should investors be interested in Leddar Tech?
Oh, great question. We are one of the rare software pure play in the automotive industry today. As you can imagine, the next vehicles are becoming software-defined vehicle. If you look at Tesla, for example, most of its value is in its ability to improve the vehicle over time with software. And we're one of the only and rare companies that actually have not only significant software moat in the industry, but also software that's critical for the next wave of automotive growth. You think of the next vehicles, they'll be equipped with more sensors, more high-performance processors from the companies like NVIDIA or Qualcomm. But for all of these sensors and processors to work, and for safety to become basic and accessible to everyone, you need software, and the software we make is we're one of the only companies that make that. Not only we have over 7 years, almost a decade of experience in this, of head start, but we also have the ability to continue to expand on a unique technology that the industry absolutely needs, which we call low-level fusion. Which essentially is the next wave of software that's going to be integrated. So for an investor looking at playing the automotive, the long game, and looking at where is the next growth going to come from, we think that we're well positioned to be one of those companies.
I've also read that Leddar Tech's approach helps reduce OEM system and development costs, which is a big problem with OEMs in the industry today.
It's a massive problem. In fact, if you think about safety today, Jill, the vehicle safety is equal to your budget. So the more money you have, the safer the vehicle, the more sensors and the more processing capacity is included in that. Regulators are changing that. For decades, the industry has assumed that, collisions were unavoidable. And today, whether it's in the US or in the European Union or even in some Asian countries, safety becomes not only mandatory, but collision avoidance altogether is the goal. And that's being now enacted where, for example, you have features which will become mandatory for every vehicle, like emergency automatic braking, emergency steering, which is a must to avoid collision, as well as detection of vulnerable road users, whether that's a pedestrian or cyclist or motorcyclist. These features are becoming mandatory. And to be able to accurately detect a pedestrian or a cyclist or avoid a collision, you need more sensors. You need more eyes and ears on the vehicle. And that creates huge loads in terms of processing requirements as you get all kinds of high performance cameras, radars, and eventually LiDARs. These become very expensive for the vehicle manufacturer. And our software actually allows to reduce the number of sensors or to derate and have lower cost sensors, and at the same time allow the car manufacturers to develop a system with a lower processing unit. So overall, in system cost, if you think of entry model vehicles, for example, we've been able to demonstrate that we can save the OEMs 30 to 40% cost reduction just on the sensor cost alone. And so in medium or premium trims, that cost saving is significant. You're talking multi-hundreds of dollars per vehicle. Multiply this by millions of vehicles. These are massive cost savings, and LeddarTech is the only company today that's able to do that.
Okay, Frantz, we appreciate the insight. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.
Thank you.